25 years of Say It Like You Mean It. What is your relationship with those songs, and how has this changed from when you first released it till today?
I think my relationship is healthy with the songs, is how I would describe it. So it's been 25 years, and that is a long period of time. And I think I've gone through just about every relationship you could have with music that you wrote at such a young age. I think I went from probably more close in proximity to making it like a few years after. I was just more hungry to progress as a songwriter. So I always like looked at that stuff as legit, genuine, valid songwriting, but also it was a diary entry in my progression to become the songwriter that I'm trying to achieve.
Like phase one of it?
Yeah. I mean, at least in the professional like music industry as it was, like that was the first time we've ever been really produced for a record, and we try to just bring our best material and put our best foot forward. And working with Mark Trombino was also huge for us, and also I think quite intimidating because he was just such a hero to us with the records that he made. We really wanted to smash it for him because we felt like it was a privilege to be able to have that opportunity to make it. So I'm really proud with how much it stood up and how much of a shelf life it's had. I think that I remember how much I was excited when I was hearing the dailies and just the bounce downs from those sessions. And I think that excitement has reverberated with a lot of people, and I'm grateful for that.
Did you ever think in your mind that it would be lasting as long as it has?
No, we were not thinking about 25 years later when we made it. We were really just thinking about the immediacy of us having to figure it out real quick, how to put together a pop punk album that was worth listening to.
You just released Eternal Youth.
Yeah.
How did the songwriting process for that compare to the first three albums? Because now you had all this time off, you really got to discover yourself as a songwriter, and now you guys are coming back together as a band.
Yeah, I think that it surprised us how much ease there was making Eternal Youth, because we've obviously had a big lapse in how long we've visited the studio since Eternal Youth, and we try to just apply everything that we have gathered along the way in terms of us playing together. We're like tighter as a unit, and we know what each of our roles are in the band, and we really trust each of our roles. And I think that's important. And we also just really enjoy each other's company, which I think made it very easy too, because we don't get to see each other all the time. So it was a lot of preparation leading up to actually recording the record, with just like sending demos and stuff like that, with like limited time to actually get to spend together. So when it actually found the time to come and do the sessions for it, it just felt good to be like hanging with my bros again. And then we had all these songs pretty well blueprinted before we went into the studio. Like we really were very purposeful about how we demoed them, and tried not to leave too much like guesswork for later, or like, yeah, this one doesn't have lyrics or anything like that. Like I always just tried to make it sound like a finished song before I sent it to anybody, instead of just like, here's like a riff that like might be something. I really tried to realize how it would sound to at least my ability and the equipment that I was working with.
How'd you know where the stamp of approval for the starting line was for this? Because so much time had passed.
It's really like a checks and balances system between the 5 members. Everybody brings their own like filter of quality control for the band, and everybody brings their own like musical tendencies and preferences to the band. So it has to please all 5, which is a like kind of a task at times, but that it also is healthy, I think, to define the sound of what we are, because it like
That's that magic of the starting line.
yeah, that's the magnetism of like what we're doing. Like we all like have a commonality about what we're trying to achieve, and like even though we don't all listen to the exact same things, we all have found like a common ground in the type of music that we make. And everybody, it raises their concerns if there is one, or chimes in with new ideas. And I'd say that like Brian Schmutz, our keyboard player, is like the best quality control man and is not afraid to be brutally honest about something if he has to be, which is always helpful for me.
What can fans expect from the starting line going on tour with the story so far coming up?
It's going to be sick. I think that it's been a few years since we've gotten to support anyone, so it'll be nice having a little bit of the pressure off our shoulders from the headlining touring. And there's honestly no one I'd rather tour with, because I think of anyone in the current pop punk scene, Story So Far is legitimately the band that I listen to the most.
Me too.
It's great. It's very listenable, and it's also very thoughtful songwriting, which is something that I'm always looking for. And
The evolution in the lyrics really encapsulate like everything from what it is.
yeah, they're an impressive band. I always enjoy anytime I get to see them live, and I'm thrilled that they get along with us as people. We've hit it off every time that we've hung with those dudes, so I'm glad that we have a chance to really have some quality time kicking it.
I'd love to go back to the Leaving music video. How did Andy Milonakis end up in there?
Oh yeah, this was like before Andy Milonakis had a show. Our manager at the time, Randy, he was just like on the pulse of like, yeah, this kid like is about to have an MTV show. Like he's like in town. Well, he wasn't even a kid. He was like, I think 33, like when he did that. Like he was, like a grown man, but looked like a kid. And that was kind of like, he played into that. And he was super funny, super gracious to like be in the video, and like very like a wise guy, just like cracking wise the entire time. Haven't seen him since then. I hope he's doing well. What's up, Andy?
Do any fun memories come from the making of the Make Yourself at Home EP?
Yeah, we were just talking about that today. We were on. This may have been our first tour ever having our own bus, and we were supporting Sum 41, and I had just got like a Pro Tools system, probably like an M-Box or something like that. It was like my first dive into trying to use Pro Tools, and they let me like set up the back lounge in sort of a makeshift studio way, and like bring the computer and the M-Box and like a microphone, and I was like trying to just like get to know the software, but also like trying to make it useful and like demo out some songs. So I recorded Lasting Impressions in that back lounge during that Sum 41 tour, and I was just sort of like Tom wasn't sure if that memory was correct. Like he's like, did you like someone said you recorded that EP on the bus? I was like, well, one song. So that was nice. And then yeah, my buddy Bob recorded most of it, because he was in a band called The Prize Fight at the time, and he did a lot of recording for them. He was like the local dude I knew that could like, help me slap something DIY together. So we did a little bit of it at his house and a little bit of it in my basement, and it was cool. I mean, it felt cool because it was the first like DIY thing that I've ever done as an artist, like that was released.
It was incredible.
Thank you.
Do you think you guys will do anything for the 25-year anniversary of Say It Like You Mean It?
I think we will. I think we might.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Cool. That was great.
Thank you.
Sick. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Yeah, great interview, man.